Hello, this is Willy Booger, and you just got through hearing a song I wrote, and all my drummer and my bass player helped me out there. I had the prelude to Chronicles 1, and that means, you know, more to come as the intro of the next song, which actually is Chronicles 1. So I just did it, and I used this pedal here for my tones, my sounds for the rhythm guitar. I used it for my lead guitar, and I'm going to show you that here. This is the model MG300 MK2, so it's an upgrade. It's the next, model out for the MG300. So the MK2 model, and it's made by NUX, NUX. So let's take a look at some of my settings if you're interested in how easy it is to use. And the truth is, I thought it was a very amazing sound, in my opinion. 32-bit processing in a small package. I mean, you can pick this up with two little fingers, or big fingers if you got big hands. Let's take a look, bird's eye view. Just going to set that there for a moment. I wanted to show you my wireless system that I was using, which is so cool. It's 5.8 gigahertz. And why they use that frequency instead of the 2.4? Because it's a less crowded, less traffic, so you have less chance of dropouts, which means while you're playing, it doesn't all of a sudden shut off and on, losing a connection. So you got more confidence in your playing. And what's cool right now, it's charging, and I got to show this. This is so cool. So if you pull this out, so you got a receive and a transmit. So this is the transmit, or this is the transmitter, and that's receive. So you put this in your audio interface. You can put this in your the amplifiers. You can put it anywhere. You can put it in this case, I put it in the MG300 MK2. And what that I did this with the bass guitar, and I had active pickups too. So bass guitar and my lead guitar, and you can also use this for the keyboard. You can use it for pretty much anything, to set your levels accordingly. So what's cool about this, if you wanted to pair it, it's one button. So you just hold down the button and they see each other. Done. So I don't have to sweat it. Done deal. You go play. But what's really cool is this is a power bank. So all you have to do, let's say you got a gig and you got to go to another gig, you don't have to have, once this is charged, it's a power bank, so you don't have to plug it in anywhere else. Just do that. Do that. So you plug it into those slots, and then you just hit this. There's a button right here, and now it's charging. See it? See the red lights? So yeah, charging away. Zip it up, go to your next gig. So right now I'm going to be playing on the same guitar, using the same wireless right here, and we're going to be playing through the sounds here. This can be assigned as a volume pedal or a wall, and you can if you press hard enough, it'll engage, and then you can do your wall thing. Press hard enough again, it'll disengage. So right now I got it pushed up, and then there's you can see metal booger. So there you go. Very cool. So what I have here, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I have on my settings. Right about there. And what I can do is show you this. You go into edit mode right here. When you go into edit mode, it'll show you on 1A. You know, I did like different ones, experimenting. And then like a crunch. And then I did like clean. So you got different ones. I was messing around with it, and I actually got this one. So I'm going to go to my editing. You'll see my amp. So you just go left and right. There's your chain. It's a straight line, and you can activate or deactivate it. So like this is a compressor at the beginning. That activates it, deactivates it. That's pretty simple. Which that's what I want. Simple. So go to the next. I want it off. I don't like a compressor at the beginning. And I used a blues driver, and you can see my settings there. And if you want to see the settings, you hit page on this. There's only 3 knobs. That's what the blues driver is. Boss blues driver is basically what it is. So let's go to the next one. And I'm going to deactivate this because I want you to hear the amp. It's an 800 with a 75 speakers. Well, that's a JCM 800 basically. About 800. So that's an 800 head, and let's hear it without that pedal on it. So you hit this page, it says the gain, the presence, the level, the bass, the mid, the treble. So you can flip the 2 pages there. See? Let's just back off the gain. Well, that's changing my amps, by the way. Let me go back to the pedals. See the pedals? Morning Glory, basically red, crunch, Katana clean, boost, red fuzz. I mean, there's just tons of stuff in here. It's killer. I think that's MXR distortion plus there. So I'm going to go out and back in. So my settings are the same here. So back to the amp, and I can go to my page. I'm going to deactivate it. Amp. I'm going to reduce the gain. See it going down? Let's just say I want a light distortion. And here we go. And I got some soaring, so I'm going through the chain. So there's my hall, my reverb, my pan. That's my delay. So I'm actually I want to set the level lower, see it move around. Or let's just deactivate it. Don't want it in there. We're messing around with the amp. So I'm just giving you an idea of what you can do here real quick. Try and do. So when you turn down the gain, sometimes the treble gets thinner because that's the nature of it. You're not pressing the tube so hard. So just lower that. So that's a pretty killer blues sound right there. I might have to remember that one. And for the next is the cabinet. How cool is that, right? And you can change your different cabinets. There, I'll just cut it. Vox. Gotta zoom in a little more here. There we go. I think you can see that. And just move this little guy right here. And that's a little bit. Let's do another one. Sorry. So you can experiment with all that, but here's what's also cool is you can move around. You can change your microphones and move around the microphone. See? So if I was going to go back to my original settings, everything's just like I had. I can go to my cab. Oh, I'm using a vintage, by the way, and sorry, moving the theater. I'm going to put it to the far right. It'll go far right or left. So let me move it to the middle. And then move it to the far left. And that's the thing is, sometimes what sounds great to us at the moment, does it sound good in the song? Does it sound good in a recording? Does it sound good on stage to a PA system? So sometimes we get fooled by treble. Like all of a sudden boost, I'm like, oh, it's open, it sounds big. But then you go to use it somewhere, it's like, oh, okay, it's bright. So it's not bad. They're just saying we're actually training our ears when we use gear like this, because its capability is fantastic. And it's more convenient to use than setting up all these amplifiers. You got to do the same thing with the amps. You got to mic them out. You got to put the mics in the sweet spots. You got to. There's a lot of work done. Whether it's a solid state amp, modeling amplifiers, or a pedal. It's you still need to make it your own. But it's easy to do. You don't have to move all these mics around. You just do that, and I just moved them. And there's some different mics. Let's do that. So here. That's a C14. Let me change that to an E906. I got a real E906 again. Let's move it over to the left. So let's go to a U87. Let's move the mic over. Let's move over again. And then let's go back to what my original one, where I tweaked until I got it the way I wanted it. Pretty heavy. So cool, man. Love this. It's such a blast to use. So if you want to use the drum, there's different modes. You can, if you're plugging it into a studio audio interface or something very clean, and then you put it in this Studio Direct. If combo front of the amplifier, stack in the front of the amplifier, meaning you're just plugging straight into the amp. There's just a different nature to it. And they got the sound crafted for each one of these. And then it goes to the rear, which is your effects loop basically. So there you go on that. You can save it. When you save it, this is how you name it. You just move that around. And then let me exit that. Jam mode there's a looper in it, and there's a drum machine in it. So here's a clean sound. I'm using the deluxe reverb setting. There you go. I just wanted to share that it does great cleans. So here's some of the settings that are just in it. So that is. There you go. Just going through the presets that are just in it. You can change those, modify them, save them, rename them. Very cool. All right, well, this has been Willy Booger. Thanks for jamming out with me. Have a good one.